morning, babes. It's Ayla J. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel.
Looking like the type to drive me crazy. Save the name under Ayla. Talk for one day and really got me thinking. If you was down to go half on a baby, we could make it happen. Cause you
Okay, so today I'm here with yet another sit down video. I usually don't like to do sit down videos back to back, but I've been wanting to do this video for a while, so I'm doing it today. Today I'm here with a piercing tour, and if you guys don't know what that is, because honestly I didn't even know these were a thing for a while, but if you guys don't know what that is, I'm basically going to just be telling you guys about every piercing that I have on my body, the experience of getting it, the pain level, and how it's doing now. This is also going to be an update video on my industrial piercing. So if you guys haven't watched my getting my industrial pierce video, you can watch that now or later or never, but I hope you watch it. And yes, I'm gonna give updates on that and talk about like my newest piercings and stuff like that, and like my little stories. I'm gonna try and make this video not too long, just because I know some people just want to get to the point and keep it rolling. So yeah, currently at the moment have 11 piercings. I count a piercing as like one like ring. I have 3 lobe piercings, a cartilage, an industrial, nose, 2 nipples, and a belly button. You guys can see. I'm just gonna quickly go over my ear ones, just because I kind of feel like those are pretty basic ear piercings. I don't have like super cool ones, except for like up top. My first lobe, which almost always has a hoop in it, I got done when I was a baby. This is back then when they like would pierce your ears at the doctor's office. So I got that pierced when I was a baby, so I pretty much had these like my whole life. My second hole, which always has a stud, I got done on my 16th birthday, and I got it done at Claire's. Don't recommend, but that's just where I wanted to go. It was quick and easy in the mall. I didn't have to deal with like a whole piercing shop or anything. And I think at that point, like, I was still like very unsure of piercings, so I don't know. But I got my second hole on my 16th birthday. The pain for that, no pain. My third piercing, third hole, which always has a stud as well. It's usually like a smaller stud than the second. Got done when I was 18. And I got it done in Claire's as well, and the result of that is that it's uneven, so that's why I don't recommend going to Claire's to get your ears pierced. Also, I hear that like they're not like really certified piercers there, so yeah. I was done with Claire's after I realized that they were uneven. And then going up on this side, this is my right side. I have a small cartilage piercing. I got this when I was 18 also. I was just graduating college, or not college, I just graduated high school, and I went with my cousin and I got my cartilage. Now this was a tricky freaking piercing for me, because like obviously the pain didn't hurt. It didn't hurt for a little bit, but then like all of a sudden it would always hurt, and it hurt for about like a year straight, but it took like 2 years to heal. So that was a tricky piercing for me. I didn't get keloids or anything, but I definitely didn't have like the best healing stage with it. And also I would just always forget, and that's the same problem I'm having with my industrial, to like not sleep on it. One thing about me, I just don't want to jeopardize my sleep. That's the problem. I kind of messed up on that spectrum of things, but it's really good now. I have no pain. You see, obviously I've changed it. I actually haven't changed this like ring itself in like a year or so, but that's just because I don't feel a need to. Also, I'm not even sure I can probably unscrew it. This one's a ball. I don't know. If I really tried to, I could. I don't know. I often forget I even have that. So then up next, the one everyone wants to know about, how my industrial is. I'm not going to go too in depth on my industrial, because like I said, I have a dedicated video on my industrial. But everyone wants to know like, how's it doing now? Update us on the healing process. Babe, we're doing horrible. Like, I have a keloid on top of my ear, inside, on the bottom. Like, it's just really sucky. And that's just because, well, I actually don't know the reason, but like as you guys can see, and I mentioned this when I got it done, I have really curly hair, so that was a problem. When I wash my hair, product gets on it and all this different stuff. But then someone had commented on my video and was like, they have like little ear shower caps, so you can like put your piercing in the shower cap. That would help you. So I started to use those for a while, but didn't really work out for me. So currently right now, what I'm trying to do to get the keloids off is I have like a tea tree bump oil thing that I got on Amazon. I really don't know if it's working, but I do know that tea tree oil usually dries out a spot, so I want to say maybe it's doing something. But yeah, so far we're not doing well. I did actually change it this weekend for the first time, and it didn't really give me a problem with changing. Obviously, like, there was some pain here and there, but like it didn't really give me a problem with changing it. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's my favorite thing about piercings, and one reason why I love piercings, because you get to express yourself through the jewelry once it's healed enough to change it. So yeah, and I actually had this, my industrial, for a year now. So if it's anything like this, we have 1 more year to go before it stops acting crazy. Didn't know what I signed up for when I got this. Like, my piercer told me, like, hey, this is going to be a long healing process, just so you know. And that's what I signed up for, so I can't be mad that it's doing what it's doing. It's very tough skin. Just, I'm gonna let my body do its thing. Onto my nose piercing. So this is my second nose piercing. I had got my nose pierced, I think, about like 2 years ago, my first semester of college. They had $10 piercings across the street from, like, not across the street, but not too far from where my campus was. So I would go and get $10 piercings. So the first piercing I got was my nose piercing. It hurt like hell. I don't know how many times I can say this, but my nose piercing has, well, the first time I got my nose pierced had been like the worst piercing I ever had, and just hurt. And I don't know, it's because I have a thick nose or something, but like, people are like, no, it's just a nose piercing. No, like, that hurt. It really hurt me. So that was that. And then the issue I really had with the healing process from my nose piercing was probably the keloiding from my nose piercing. Like, I would literally get keloids constantly, and I did so well with cleaning it and everything, so I don't really know what the problem with that was, but that's, you know, part of the healing process. So I used to get hella keloids. One day I went to a piercer and he changed the jewelry for me, and then I started doing like a regimen where I made like the sea salt soap by myself, which people were saying it was like so hard to make, but like, cleared me out, girl. Cleared me out. Like, now I don't even have a keloid, and this is my second time getting it. So if you guys didn't watch my last video, you know, I worked at Hooters and I would forget to put my nose piercing in back after my shift, so it closed. I got it redone, I want to say last month, and it's doing so well. I didn't even notice it's there. The second time I got it done didn't hurt as much as the first, but I still kind of had my hole there. Like, maybe we could just open the hole without having to like actually re-pierce it, but we had to get it re-pierced. Anyways, my hole was still kind of there already, so that's probably, like, it didn't have to go through as many layers of skin as like it did on the first time, but my nose did not hurt on the second time, so I'm like, finally, this is how it's supposed to feel. Yeah, it was a pretty good experience. Right now I have a stud. I am not a stud girl when it comes to the nose rings. I am a ring girl. I do not like studs, so I'm gonna give this another month to like do its thing. I haven't had no problems with it, so I'm glad, but I'm gonna give it another month to do its thing, and then I'm changing it right back to a ring, because I feel like it just gets lost in my nose when I have a stud. But luckily it's not one of those like L studs where like it's sticking out of my nose. It's just straight stud. So I'm like, eh. Because those little L studs make you look like there's boogers hanging out. Not a fan of it. Up next we have my tatas. I get so many questions about these. This is also my second go around with my nipples, which is so funny because when I got them done the first time, I was like, bro, I'm never doing that again. It wasn't even something I genuinely wanted to do, but like I mentioned before, it was $10 piercing day every Tuesday and Saturday, I think. Or, I don't know, it was $10 piercing day, and like I was running out of ideas, but I really wanted to get a $10 piercing because that is a steal. I put on my private story, I was like, what piercing should I get today for $10 piercings? And this girl I know who had her nipples pierced was like, nipples. And I was like, what? And it was so funny because everyone like in my building was getting their nipples pierced by that lady, and I was like, bro, like, is this not a steal? Should I get my nipples pierced because it's cheap? So that's what I did. I hopped on the bandwagon and fell in love. This was my personality trait for a while, my nipples. I was like going up to random people and be like, did you know I have my nipples pierced? They'd be like, oh yeah? I'm like, yeah. I'd be ready to show anybody, like, because I just feel like it's a universal experience. Everyone should get into it. I love having my nipples pierced. And this is just a PSA. These do take a while to heal also. Once you think you're healed, you're probably not. So stick to like the healing time that your piercer tells you. And I say the healing time is probably about like a year and a half or something like that. But honestly, I felt like my piercing was fine. I was going back to doing normal things. I've changed it multiple times and everything. And yeah, one day like they just started to hurt like super bad, and I was like, nah bro, it's never worth this. And I was like I was almost like 2 years in having my nipples pierced, and they were still hurting like that. So I was like, it's probably an infection. So I took them out, and they closed like 5 minutes later. I'm not even kidding, these things closed like that. So that's kind of also how I knew it was an infection or something going on down there, because why did it close so fast? Yeah, that's kind of the reason why I had to take it out. Getting it pierced, the pain, honestly, it really wasn't that painful for me, just because one, I didn't really know what I was getting into. And yeah, I don't know, this is fresh, it was fresh virgin skin. Not virgin, but yeah. You know what I mean? It was like untouched skin. So the first time it didn't hurt that bad. I would give it probably like a 5 out of 10 in the pain scale. I'm pretty sure everyone always says it. The first one didn't hurt because I probably just was unsure of what I was getting myself into. So when the pain happened, I was like, oh, okay, not that bad. Then I got the second one, I knew what I was getting myself into, and I was like, okay, that kind of hurts. But it wasn't that bad. Honestly, after I got them done, I literally like got in the shower, took like let the warm water like run over it, and then after that the pain was gone. So yeah, these were definitely easy the first go around. Now I got my nose and my nipples pierced that same day, or re-pierced that same day. So yeah, I always tell myself too, like, if they come out, I'm not getting them re-pierced. But I really loved having them, and I really liked how it made me feel. I felt like myself, and like when I don't have all my piercings, I don't feel like myself. Like, they're a part of me, really. So I got them before my nose, because I was like, bro, like, let's just do my nipples first and then get to the nose, because I thought the nose was gonna hurt more. Man, oh man, did my nipples hurt really bad. So I will give it the second time, because I had scar tissue on one of them, because one of them got pulled and it ripped a little bit. That's another story for another day. I had scar tissue on one of them, and I think it was this one. So when I was laying down to do it, like, it hurt so bad. Plus I went to the same piercer who did my industrial, so you know, he's like very calm, and he's like very like, let's breathe. Whereas the first time I got my nipples pierced, I went to the $10 piercings. Miss Man had a line out the door. She was in and out with my piercing, so I didn't really have time to react. Whereas like this time I felt everything, because he, you know, took his time and everything. So that was kind of stressful for me. It did hurt. I want to give it like this second go around an 8 out of 10. And I'm good with pain, so I did suck it up, and it hurt. I'm not even gonna cap, it hurt. But now they're back. The healing process for this has been good, but the first time I got them done, they never like bled too much, whereas like these things, like my second go around, had been bleeding like crazy for the first week. I didn't even notice they were bleeding, but then like when I took them off the day I got, or I took my bra off the day I got my nipples pierced, there was blood in my bra, and I was like, girl, what? So my nipples were bleeding. I didn't know what to do, because I never had like a piercing that bled other than like my belly button piercing. I didn't know what to do, so I just took a shower, put on like a clean bra, and then put like a panty liner within my bra, so like it doesn't mess up my sports bra. And I woke up in the morning and the panty liner was soaked with blood. So I was like, oh my god. And it was only on one nipple too. The other one was like bleeding, but it wasn't that bad. This one was bleeding like crazy, the one that had scar tissue. And then as the week progressed, it would still bleed like every single day. It got to the point where I'd be sleeping and I'd feel like cold wetness on my boob. When I look down, there's like literal like fat blood clots of blood. Bomba clot. I'm sorry. There'd be like fat like blood clots, and I'm like, how did that even get out of my nipple? And it was just crazy. That like only really lasted a week. They feel fine now. They're doing perfectly fine. I'm honestly ready to change these, but I was like, let me not rush the healing process. Another thing I gotta say about the nipples, if you do happen to engage in sexual activity and you have a partner who enjoys putting their mouth on your, don't. Give it a second, and make sure it's somebody who doesn't have a dirty freaking mouth. Make sure they're brushing their teeth and like putting mouthwash in. Do not let nobody's dirty son, dirty daughter, dirty they, them put their mouth on your nipples, even times after you feel like it's healed. No dirty mouths on your tatas that are open, that are actual open wounds. Like, that will mess you up. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about my belly button piercing. So I actually have a video vlogging my experience. Well, everywhere I go, they don't want me to record me getting my piercing. It's so annoying, but I have a video like going over my experience of getting my belly button pierced, because I got that done for my 18th birthday also. I just went piercing crazy on my 18th, but that's because my mom couldn't tell me no. Belly button pierced for my 18th, and I absolutely loved it. Like I said, it did bleed a little bit, but it didn't hurt. I honestly was thinking about getting my second, like the bottom, belly button pierced, but I don't know, sometimes it looks tacky and I am kind of falling in love with little dangly belly button piercings. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I definitely love the belly button piercing. This is a staple in a teenage girl's life. Like, I feel like every teenage girl should have their belly button pierced. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. The pain for my belly button piercing, I would give it probably like a 3 out of 10. I forgot to like rate all of them, but honestly, none of them really hurt as bad as like getting my nipples pierced for the second time. That was just different. Yeah, that's pretty much all my piercings. I do want some more. Like, my next piercing is probably going to be my smiley up here, or probably like, if it's not my smiley, which I really want, I just hear so much like complications about that, it'll be like the snake, little snake bite, little snake eyes on the tongue, because I don't want to like traditional tongue piercing, but I would go crazy with that little like, I don't know if it's snake eyes or snake bite, one of those, but I love it. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going until I can't. I definitely want to go like all the way up on my ears. I don't know why I haven't. I have so much time on my hands. I could probably just pierce that at home, but I do want to go all the way up on my ears, because I just love like simple little ear piercings with studs in them, and then just top it off with a hoop. So yeah, more to come. That is going to be the end of my piercing tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions on any of my piercings, or if you kind of want to know where I got them, where I purchased my jewelry, stuff like that, you can let me know in the comments down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give a like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, bye.
She looking like the type to drive me crazy. Save the name under Ayla. Talk for one day and really got me thinking. If you was down to go half on a baby, we could make it happen. Cause you bad as hell, and I don't even got